Sometimes the future doesn't just creep in slowly. Sometimes it feels like it arrives all at once in this huge, undeniable rush. And I think we all just lived through one of those moments. A single, absolutely remarkable week that people might be talking about for years. So let's really dig into what made this one week feel so different.
See, this isn't going to be just a quick rundown of some headlines. We're talking about a seriously rare convergence, a moment where these massive foundational breakthroughs in fields that seem totally unrelated all slammed into the calendar at the same time. It really makes you wonder, right? What happens when all these revolutions ignite at once?
I mean, just look at this timeline. In the span of just a few days in mid-March, you have a huge claim in quantum computing, a discovery that might totally rewrite the history of the most famous dinosaur ever, and the final official go-ahead to send humans back to the moon. We're talking three totally different frontiers, digital, ancient, and cosmic, all surging forward at the exact same time. All right, so let's start with the breakthroughs that are getting right down to the fundamental code of our world. I'm talking about everything from the ones and zeros that power our computers to the very cells that build our bodies.
Okay, so this whole race for quantum advantage is really heating up, and we're seeing this fascinating tug-of-war play out in real time. D-Wave Quantum came out and claimed their machine simulated a super complex magnetic material system in just minutes. Now get this, they estimated that same task would take a normal supercomputer millions of years. But almost right away, another team fired back. They found a clever new way to solve part of the same problem on a classical machine in just a couple of hours. This back and forth, it's just accelerating progress on both sides like crazy.
And believe me, this isn't just some academic squabble. The heavy hitters in the industry are watching this very closely. When you hear Alphabet's CEO, Sundar Pichai, say something like this, it tells you that the people literally building our tech future see this as a huge turning point. We are shifting from what if to a real, tangible engineering race that has massive implications for all of us.
So while some folks are decoding the digital world, others are decoding our own biology. A brand new platform called the Human Organ Atlas was just unveiled, and honestly, the way they describe it is perfect. It's basically Google Earth, but for you, for your body. And this is not just some fancy 3D model. We're talking about a tool that lets you fly through an entire organ and then just keep zooming and zooming, all the way down to a resolution of a single micron. So how small is that exactly?
It's about 50 times thinner than a single strand of your hair. Let that sink in. We now have the ability to see individual cells, but in the full context of the entire organ they belong to. It's a completely new window into how our bodies work, and more importantly, how they break down when things go wrong.
And this new view of biology, it's not just about static maps. It's also about tracking the code of life in real time. Check this out. A really cool study from Stanford monitored these little killifish 24/7 for their entire lives. And they found these incredibly clear patterns. The fish that lived longer were just more active during the day, and they slept more soundly at night. But what's really wild is that the researchers could actually predict a fish's lifespan from just a few days of this data, which of course suggests that all that activity and sleep data from the watch on your wrist could one day give us powerful insights into how we ourselves are aging.
Okay, so let's do a complete 180. We're going to shift our focus from the code of the future to the incredibly deep past, where new tools and new discoveries are unlocking secrets that have been buried for millions of years.
We all know Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's the most iconic dinosaur, period. But its origin story? It's actually a huge scientific mystery. And that mystery just got a whole lot deeper with the analysis of this, a single, massive leg bone that was dug up in New Mexico.
Now take a look at this comparison. This new animal is about 7 million years older than Sue, the most famous T-Rex ever found. But even back then, it was already gigantic. We're talking nearly 5,000 kilograms. Finding a T-Rex-like animal this big, this old, in this specific spot, well, it suggests the entire T-Rex family tree might have evolved right there in southern North America, not in Asia, which is what many scientists had thought for a long time. It's one single bone that could completely rewrite a legendary origin story.
At the same time we're finding secrets in old bones, we're finding even weirder ones deep inside ancient ice. Scientists finally figured out what's causing these strange plumes deep inside Greenland's ice sheet, and the answer is thermal convection. Just try to imagine a pot of water boiling in super slow motion. It's this churning process that we normally associate with, molten rock deep inside the Earth, not a massive sheet of solid ice. It's wild.
And this discovery has a really profound implication.
The only way this churning motion could even happen, according to the physics, is that if that deep ice is incredibly soft, like about 10 times softer than all of our models have been assuming for years. This one discovery fundamentally changes our understanding of how one of the largest single bodies of ice on the entire planet actually behaves.
From the deep past and deep ice to the very near future. Because that same week also brought a huge milestone in our journey back to the stars, confirming that our drive to get out there and explore is as strong as it's ever been.
It's official. On March 12th, NASA completed its flight readiness review for the Artemis II mission, and the poll was go. This wasn't a drill. It was the final green light. The rocket is now being prepped to roll out to the launch pad. After decades, after all this time, humanity is officially, really truly getting ready to send astronauts back to the moon.
So let's just step back and take a breath. A quantum tug-of-war, a Google Earth for our own bodies, a new dinosaur family tree, churning ice sheets, and a definite go to return to the moon, all in a single week. What does this all mean when you put it together?
Well, it shows that progress isn't just happening in these neat little silos anymore. The quantum race is unfolding live right in front of us. We're mapping ourselves with a level of detail that was science fiction a decade ago. Our tools are so good, they're rewriting the history of ancient Earth while unlocking its current physics. And our ambition to explore space is finally taking that next giant leap. It really feels like the tools of discovery are creating this incredible feedback loop, where each breakthrough makes the next one possible, and it's all happening faster and faster.
It's just an absolutely incredible moment to be witnessing all of this. All of that happened in just a handful of days. It just leaves you with this feeling of genuine excitement, and it makes you ask a pretty simple question. If this was just 1 week, what on earth are we going to find out next?